Hey guys, hi, this is Gary Lee Stanley, your sales guy. Today we're going to talk about my favorite subject, which is sales. All right, we got us a great subject for ourselves today. I'm in the great state of Florida, and it's a little bit hot, almost summertime. And our subject for today is selling and looking at your goals list. What did he say? He said selling and looking at your goals list. Okay, that's a good one right there, fellas and ladies, because sometimes we write down these goals, and have you looked at them lately? I had to do the same thing, because see, I'll tell you what, when you write a goals list, sometimes you got to update that goals list after a little while, because see, you obtain some of those goals, and then things and aspirations and things can change. Remember, don't let nobody steal your soul. Don't let nobody steal your goal. And don't let nobody steal your passion for whatever you're interested in. You know, selling and setting goals is just like hand in hand. You know, a lot of times it's kind of hard to figure out a destination unless you kind of plan for it. And when you're in selling, you got to remember, you know, whatever you put to pen, a lot of times, and I've seen it in my own selling career over the years. I mean, I've had literally hundreds of thousands of my goals achieved, and it would blow you away. I'm just saying, if you look at your life over a lifetime, and I've been in the sales career, you know, in one form or capacity since the 80s, and one selling or something. I'm doing something helping people get something. But here's the thing, you know, when you're setting your goals, a lot of things people do is we need to set, of course, you know, our daily goals. That's just really important. You know, you got to get up, take care of the kids, take care of the bills, Monday through Friday or Saturday, however you set your appointments up. But selling it with an attitude of gratitude and goals is really going to help you a lot. It's really, really well. If you're just starting out in sales, or you're new in sales, or you've been in sales for a long time, you know, you got to be like green and growing. You always got to figure out another way to be able to figure out how to make more money. You know, if you got a good system, that's wonderful. A lot of people, they're looking for a system. And a lot of times it's just real simple stuff. Just have conversations with customers, ask for the order, and you're selling. That's what it is. You know, when you're setting goals, you know, I have to say, like I said, people do it on a weekly basis. Then you got some people who do it on a monthly basis. You know, get out a calendar the old-fashioned way and write on your calendars your bills and all those things when they're due. It's a good way to help you build your credit and get yourself on track, especially if you're new in sales or if you're, you know, trying to get better at sales. You know, I'm one of these kind of people. I've been in sales in some form of capacity. My name is Gary Lee Stanley, your sales guy. I tell you the good, the bad, the ugly, the warts, and all in selling because it's really important. You know, you can always gloss over stuff and make things look really, really pretty. But, you know, in reality, as salespeople, we got to take a look at the numbers. We got to go ahead and see if we can do what we're trying to do. And we got to be able to make money because we work on commission. And I ain't never been, you know, a person who didn't like commission because, see, that way you can dictate how much money you can make. There's a lot of businesses out there that don't want to pay you nothing. So a lot of people are going into business for themselves a lot of times. But we all got to set some what they call goals. If you don't have a monthly goal or an idea of where you're wanting to go, it's kind of hard to get there. You know, a building's not built unless it's got plans, and it's just like our life. You know, we have to have those tools to help us to be successful in selling, but we also got to do the right things and ask a lot of good questions. You know, I don't care what type of sales you're getting into. It's fun. It's a good career. I didn't say it was easy, and a lot of times it'll be really frustrating. But you have to set your goals. You know, I set my goals, and sometimes I'll set them, and what I do is sometimes these goals are just really out of my reach. And then there'll be some of these goals I ain't never going to reach. But see, if I don't write it down, I'm not putting in my mind the idea that I can reach that. Okay, I got a check written to me over $2 million, and I believe in my mind I'm going to have that in my bank account, really not too long in the future, but because I see it and I wrote it down. You have to implement things, and sometimes you got to tell on yourself. I ain't saying being braggadocious, go out there and tell everybody all your goals, because there's a lot of people like crabs that will pull your ass down and they will take away your future. And you don't want to have that happen to you. What you want to do is enjoy your life, enjoy things that come your way. And as a salesperson, we got to set some goals. I've set goals over my life. Like my mom always tells me, she said, Gary, those things that you think are important like 6 weeks from now or a year from now, and the stuff that you're dealing with now, a year from now, 6 years from now, they ain't going to even be important to you because life is moving. It's always fluid. And you got to say to yourself, well, damn, that's pretty good. And if I'm a salesperson, I know that, I want to be awesome. I got to set my goals. I have to set goals. If you don't set goals, it's kind of hard to, I don't know, you need a direction. I need a direction. I got to have some direction. If I got some direction, I'm more easily able to use my mind and not have to worry about those small things, those things that eat you up inside, and just deal with the big things. But as a salesperson, by setting goals, it gives you this platform where you can say, well, damn, this is what I desire. This is what I want to do. This is a direction I'd like to go into. This is also maybe something that I would be able to do. But see, if you don't write your goals down, because a lot of times people don't write them down because they're afraid, because they don't think that they'll achieve it. How you know unless you write it down? Goals are important. Our question for today, and my name is Gary Lee Stanley, your sales guy, is selling and looking at your goals list. If you haven't looked at your goals list in a while, go back and find it if you can find it. I just went back over mine, and I'll tell you what, I put down like 40 things, and I already got like almost half of them done within this last year, because I'm always updating my sales. And then there were some that I had to mark off because they're not relevant anymore. I changed like the wind. Things happen. I need to make money. I need to make sure my family's taken care of, and I do what I got to do to be successful. So in selling, you got to ask yourself, when was the last time you wrote a goal down? God dang, it ain't really hard. It's a good question. My name is Gary Lee Stanley, your sales guy. You're really not a true salesperson unless you are setting goals. Because, see, those people that you work for, they expect you to be able to produce. And if you can't produce, they can replace you. It's kind of tough to replace good salesmen anymore, but eventually you'll work your way out because you'll starve to death. There ain't nothing like a real skinny salesman. That's the old saying, because, see, if you're a fat salesman and your kids are fat, that means y'all got money and you're getting fed. But that's not necessarily healthy. Yeah, I'm just saying. So if you're a healthy salesperson, I'm trying to be. I work out, I go to the gym, I enjoy myself, I enjoy setting goals. I have health goals, I have physical fitness goals, I have family goals, I have business goals, I have book goals, I have idea goals, I have things that I write down. I'm always writing down lists, and I'm always trying to figure out, well, what else do I need to share with my brothers and sisters out there? And goal setting is just probably the biggest thing that you have got to get a hold of. I'm being quite honest with you. I've been in sales for a long time, and the people that I've seen that wrote down goals and they looked at their goals regularly, they almost every time got them. I didn't say it was every time, but damn, even in my own sales career, if I write something down, I work towards it. My mind's like a steel trap. Clap. It's going to go ahead and snatch on that. It's going to do the best that it can, but you got to have a goals list. And you got to have a priorities list, too, because there'll be some things that'll drain you. You got some nice friends out there. You got all this media and all that good stuff that you can be looking at. But you know what? If you have some things that you're wanting to achieve, write those goals down. A lot of times people say, well, what kind of goals should I write down? Well, one of the things you might want to write down is about saving money, your financial future. A lot of times setting goals could be as simple as, being able to get that new suit, maybe a nice new apartment, maybe a new house, a new car. You got to set some goals. You also got to have some work goals. Well, what do I got to do to be successful with the company I'm at? What do I have to do? I have to set those small goals, and I have to ask for mentors in the companies and the people that I associate with to give me good, pertinent information about what do you think a good goal would be. Now, you can do your research. You can just Google, say, what is a good goal? And they'll give you a whole list of a lot of different goals. But one of the things is doing the goals. That's the hard part. I've been in sales since the 80s. I love it. I love talking to people. I love customer service. And you know what? Selling without goals is just futile. It's crazy. So I'm not going to be rude. My name is Gary Lee Stanley, your sales guy. And our simple subject for today is selling and looking at your goals list. Dang, I just looked at it. Now I got to update it. It's good because, see, things evolve. We're green and we're growing. We live in America. And if you're out there in the world and you're got business, you probably need to set some goals too. we just had a very good subject about selling and setting personal goals, and also doing the things that we need to do to be successful in selling. You got to have some guide, so go out there and sell something. But if you ain't asking for the order, you ain't selling nothing. My name is Gary Lee Stanley, your sales guy. Our total thing was today selling and looking at your goals list. Dang, when's the last time you looked at yours? Do you even got one? So maybe you got some good tips on why you should do it. Okay, goals list. That's a good idea.